Alright, this is the first video for the MBA Masters in Science and Management Statistics class. I'm going to treat this video as if you have very little familiarity with Microsoft Excel. Subsequent videos are going to build off of this one, so let's just make sure everybody's on the same page. I've got the Excel tutorial spreadsheet pulled up right now, but before we even jump into that, I'm going to make sure that we all have the data analysis tool pack ready, which is something we're going to need for pretty much everything we do this semester. So the way we're going to handle this is by going to the File tab, which is up top of your Excel spreadsheet. Scroll down on the left-hand side and you'll see an area that says Options. Once you select Options, I'd like you to come down here to where it says Add-ins. Under Add-ins, we're going to see a series of active features Excel has that will allow us to do data analysis. I've already enabled what's called the Analysis Tool Pack. You may not have done that yet, or you may not have it ready. So at the bottom of this menu box, I'd like you to select Excel Add-ins, Manage Excel Add-ins, Go, and just ensure that you have the Analysis Tool Pack box checked. Once you've got that checked, you can hit OK. You may need to restart it, your Excel spreadsheet, and you'll know you've got it right if when you click on the Data tab, you have a little box over here that says Data Analysis. Now, we're not going to use this for this first video, but we will use it for everything else, so I just wanted to make sure everybody's got it ready to go. In this first video, I'm just going to show you a couple of very quick shortcuts for moving around Excel spreadsheets. You may see me move around data sets quickly in these videos, so I just want to make sure that you have the understanding of how I'm going to be doing this. We know that with data sets, we may want to scroll around or move to particular cells to do analysis. We know that we can use our arrow keys to get that done, but sometimes with really big data sets, that can be annoying. So we've got a couple of options. The first is in the top left-hand part of our spreadsheet. We see the cell B11, which is where my cursor currently is, but we can actually use this to type in any cell we want, for example, A1, and it'll move my cursor to that active cell. So I'm going to use this and just move back to B11 where I was working in the first place. And the first shortcut I'd like to show you is that we can actually also use the Control button in combination with our arrow keys to quickly move around our spreadsheet. So I'm going to hit Control, then down, and jump to the next missing cell. So you'll see right here that the cell below the one I moved to is empty. If I hit Control right, it's going to move me to cell H43. I can hit up and it's going to go to H29, and then I can go left and it's go back to B29. So Control is going to allow us to move around our Excel spreadsheets very quickly. On the Exercise 2 tab here, this is just another practice exercise. Again, we're just going to use Control to jump around our spreadsheet. We can do that by hitting Control and the arrows to move to our non-missing cells. So you should be able to go through this in sequence: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and finish just by keeping that Control button pushed down and using your arrow keys. The last quick tip I want to show you here is on tab Exercise 3. In this tab, I'm going to show you how to select data very quickly. We know we can click and drag to select data. So if you keep your left mouse button click down as you select one cell and move it across the spreadsheet, you'll highlight adjacent cells. But another thing we can do here is we can actually hit Control and Shift at the same time and then hit our arrow keys. So by hitting Control, Shift, down, and then right, I'm able to select this entire box. The same thing here where it says Exercise 2, I'm going to hit Control, Shift, and right at the same time. While I'm still holding Control and Shift, I'm going to hit down and I can select this entire box as well. And lastly, I'm going to do the same thing here for Exercise 3, hitting Control, Shift, and down. Now, one thing we may want to do at some point is highlight multiple non-adjacent cells. And so we can see here that I've still got Exercise 3 highlighted. If I wanted to also highlight Exercise 1, then what I need to do is hold the Control button before I select the cell B12. Now we'll see that the column M, where I had highlighted the data in Exercise 3, is still highlighted, but my cursor is over here in Exercise 1 in cell B12. So if I hit Control Shift and over and down, I can select both sets of non-adjacent data simultaneously. You may need to do something like copy or paste or deal with highlighting multiple sets of data for analysis we're going to do later. And so this is another easy trick. Again, if I wanted to now add the exercise 2 data to this, I can hold the control button down first before I click into cell F14. And again, we'll see that exercise 1, exercise 3 are all highlighted, but my cursor is in F14. By hitting Control Shift right, I've selected that top row, and down, I've selected everything. This is just a very simple tutorial to get you comfortable with how to move around Excel and highlight data. You can also then, once our data is highlighted, do things like select copy, insert comments, format, and we'll deal with those as the semester moves on. But that will get us started on our first video.